All right, so good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to another scene for This Life. The werewolf venue set in beautiful Duluth, Minnesota, and in this case on the Up to the Hearth fire, where, well, surely, almost imminently, antics are taking place elsewhere in the city. Back on Sept, Charlotte is probably only just leaving the Karen Heart. She only visits Umbrelside, and it's never a very long process, but it's something she's now doing regularly because kind of reinforces the faith. So yeah, she's gone by. She's essentially fed slash cycled a gnosis through the cairn, just touched it, and taken a couple minutes of her time. And as she's heading out and crossing over, well, yeah, totally take note of Torvi being off roughly that away. And why not? Torvi's only around for so long. She will pat herself down, make sure she didn't lose anything on our initial trip over, and shove her hands in her pockets, her coat pockets, and start a sauntering off in that direction for an eventual intercept.
Charlotte!
Oh! Hey! Ravi?
Hi.
That was intense.
Just appears right behind you. Like, oh!
Oh, God. Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, by the time Charlotte's whipped around, it's like she's got the hand on the heart, like, ugh! Okay.
Hi.
Hi! Man, I'm never playing hide and go seek with you. Whew. So, hey. How you doing?
Pretty good. How are you been? I like your scar. I like to touch it.
She won't stop her. It's Torvi. Torvi is so immaculately harmless as far as she's concerned. At least to her. Well, thanks. Been okay. Been kind of, I don't know, busy. At least really distracted. What's up?
I haven't seen you.
You haven't. I'm sorry. Been kind of frazzled.
Mm-hmm. You're always frazzled.
I am always frazzled. That's fair. Ooh. No, but I'm good. Um, and yeah, I'm sorry. I just will make 80 excuses that all amount to I'm kind of a dick. And how you doing?
Good. Eric has to come over here to talk to some people about run for one some things, and I thought I would come with him for the Beltane, and we decided to stay a little bit, a couple extra days because I missed some people. So we're here. We're probably leaving the day after next.
Oh. Well then, better make use of the time while I got it, right?
Hmm.
But yeah, there's just kind of a glance around. Does she have like anything with her, like her little weird baskets or anything,
Yeah,
or is
her
she just
basket.
chilling?
There's a load of flowers in it. Loads of them.
Yeah, she just kind of blink at it like, oh, that's what we're doing on this side of the woods. Okay.
You notice her hair is even a brighter red. It's not like it's dyed. It just seems like almost like she looks more alive, really.
Well, you're certainly glowing.
She gives a smile. Again, it's so much brighter. You know what I mean? Everything is bright. Like, yeah. Like, oh.
You're so lively.
Why not?
I mean, there's no good reason to why not. No good reason to not. Just. Wow. Enjoying spring then, I guess? Kind of like
course.
quirks around?
It's the time of fire and sun. Now, it's no longer spring, it's summer.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. See? I'm not making it up. I'm actually frazzled. It is summer. What is my life? No, that makes sense too, doesn't it? Kind of, just idle smile aside.
Just start walking along beside you. Tossing the bag off lightly. The basket lightly, like, yeah.
Just swanging it.
Mm-hmm.
Aw. God damn it, she's adorable. Planning to take a bunch of seeds back with you?
Not?
Hmm?
For the garden.
How goes the garden?
It's pretty expensive.
I
Mrs.
believe
Roomfur
you.
is always giving out to me about it, but I planned it pretty well.
I believe you. Are you still calling her Mrs. Roomfur?
We all call her
Kind of
Mrs.
grins.
Roomfur. Even Roomfur calls her Mrs. Roomfur.
Does she still do the strut every time?
Every single time.
It's fantastic. Out of curiosity, Torna, does this this side of the woods have a lot of like flowering stuff, or is it like, yes,
Pine
me
cones.
and my basket of flowers are over here in this place where there are no flowers?
Pine cones. She's actually picking them up as well.
Oh,
And there's some everwood that she obviously is taking a bit of seeds off of as well. That you would guess, but judging by what she did, she probably went to visit Mark Thorne. Keep it land.
oh, and she's just walking around picking up the little
Mm-hmm.
everything that is a seed pod.
Yeah, pretty much. You got to get the impression that she probably got advice on what to pick, and you know how Torvi is. Mark Thorne could hardly say fucking no to that face.
Nobody can say no to that face. It's impossible. Yeah, okay, she'll go on a saunter with her. Anything else new going on down there?
Some people are arriving next week. Tiana, one or two children of Guy.
Even more than last time?
There wasn't a lot that arrived last time. These ones are a bit more old world,
No.
taking up on the agreement offered by Runfer.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Helga's not looking forward to it.
No?
Getting all sassy.
Is she ever not sassy?
Oh, she's just getting all uppity. She's really happy that there was no Black Furies, though. Smile.
Really?
She doesn't like them.
Yeah, I saw that. I did see that. Ooh.
So we keep going Mufasa to her all the time. She gets all, you know.
She gets all Helga.
Mm-hmm. You just the camera back to Mufasa. Ooh. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's just kind of an easy smile going at that point because this is good. And I guess Eric's off. Kind of glance around, like just talking to whoever he came to talk to, huh?
He has had his meeting with Wormful. He's also met with the warder, and I believe he has finished his chat with Lena. I think he has to meet one more person, and then we should be okay.
Sounds like all kinds of official business.
It's mainly due to borders, and Runfer thought he would be the best one, seeing this is a Galliard, and considering some of the events that are going on, Eric is a likely candidate. Plus,
Fair enough.
I heard from Lena that Lily is starting to slowly come back to the fold, and while I personally suggested that he come up here and make himself seen to give her the chance for them to talk.
You're working?
No. But maybe, turns Charlotte with this little bright skip, you know what I mean?
Oh God.
Since, you're marrying into the family, you could lend a hand with that.
Happily.
Gives a bright little, yeah, you know what I mean?
She doesn't even pretend she can say no to Torvi. She knows she can't do it. As soon as the little skip happens, she's like, oh shit, I'm about to do something. No, of course, it's not a bad idea.
Give a smile. I know.
Someone a little closer to her perspective, too. Kind of,
Exactly.
yeah, just rubs the clear side of her face, Like, huh.
Exactly. As Charlotte realized, that was Torvi's idea all along.
Mm-hmm. She's like, exactly. And Charlotte's like, I see you. Torvi, I think you must live your life being categorically underestimated.
What? I don't know what you mean.
You know?
Nope. Gives a smile.
She just grins over it. Because let's face it, she could probably give her some laser eye beams and figure out how earnest she's being, but it's not that important.
You could try, yes. Yeah,
It's kind of funnier to just let it be a, you know what? I'm pretty sure you're doing this just to keep the ruse up, but I like it. Sage nod.
So, turns, with a little bright skip again. How are you and Felix?
She skips in, and it's every time it's kind of like the buh. Oh, it's you. Like, huh. I mean, good.
Mm-hmm.
Did you just do the zoom in? No, we are good. We are really good. What? Slowly leaning back as Torvi leans in,
Where's the wedding invite?
I said good. I didn't mean had actually sat down and planned. That's when it's like the oh man, look at my hair. I don't know, it's the awkward look away. Doesn't matter that it's a Kim Folk and she's an Adrian. It's kind of the ha 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 ha. Oh,
It's okay. Most people are getting nervous when they're first time marrying somebody.
first time? What?
This is your first time, isn't it? Unless you're married before, then you've not
No,
been telling
no,
me things.
no. Never before have been married. Nope.
I mean, she just skips along, skips in, skips along, and she turn. I don't know, Charlotte. It was me.
If it was you,
I wouldn't let Maria Trimson plan my wedding. I mean, she didn't. Smirking.
solid point.
But, I'm just me. Smiles.
It's okay. I'm pretty sure sooner or later, Lena's gonna jump out of a bush and throttle me until I actually sit down and talk to her about it.
She just giggles, probably.
Yeah. Gotten a lot of good advice. Just
being silly about it.
Yeah.
Sounds like you.
It does. I would cop out and say I'm being ditzy, but that only works when someone else calls me ditzy.
She nods.
No, I just have no idea how to proceed with a not normal human wedding. There's websites. Every step.
Did you walk through the bar, would you? And you come to the end, and you'll see Lennon's house, actually, as you're walking along.
Oh, boy.
She's like, I have to drop these in. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
You drop in. You walk in. You're well familiar with Lena's house, but you walk into the kitchen, and these two are sitting there, and Samantha's sitting there.
Ah,
And her like, and then Lena's like, Torby sits down. Lena's like, Charlotte, take a seat.
yeah. Tori just gets that brief glance, and when someone like licks their teeth under the lip type thing, like, yep, I see your shit. Like
Tori
just
just
that
gives the
little
innocent like smile. Like, I don't know what you mean. She starts plucking up one of the flowers idly.
Yep. It is time for Charlotte to take the seat she's been so politely invited to. She is. I mean, you can't exactly immediately turn around and bolt out of a room. So no, she takes a seat.
Lena like sits forward, all business-like at the head of the family table.
God bless her.
She's to get the solo picture of Lena for now. She gets all business-like, Katie. Charlie's like, ugh.
Yeah, she gets all her serious business face on, and she was like, "Oh shit."
So, puts her hands on the table. It has come to our attention that you are currently have not planned or married my dear nephew yet. We thought, as a fellow joinee of this clan, that we would have a discussion with you. Torvi was kind enough to bring you over. Torvi just gives a sage nod, like, yes, it was. Samantha nods. She pours vodka into her glass. Lily just fucking stares at you.
I mean,
You get the impression they pulled the same tactic on Lily.
What?
They pulled the same tactic. Like, Lily, we want you to come to this thing. She's like, oh. You know what I mean?
It's Lily got baited into the room too.
Yep.
Hey Lily, why don't you come by now? Sit down. What? I can't imagine a Lily stunned face, so I'll have to live with that.
They like, indeed, sits down, all like,
Yeah. Okay. So truth be used, or wow. Truth be told, I could probably use a veritable council of advice. So thank you.
I'm sure. And then it'll smile. Samantha will turn. You are being nervous.
Yes.
Which further enhances your case that one could make that you are not adequately preparing enough to marry him.
As in not prepared enough to do it, or as in just not preparing well enough to do
Both.
the event?
Both, you think?
Yeah, she takes a second to kind of translate that potential mistranslation.
I mean both, is what I'm saying. A skilled galliard could turn both. In which case, I'm even more desperately in need of help. It's kind of like it's one of those things. She's like, it's both, and she just like rubs the hand up through her hair, like, of course it is. Lily just leans forward. You could just marry him.
Wouldn't it be insanely disrespectful if I was just like ominous dominus human ceremony?
Why would you do a human ceremony?
Because they're the only kind I know. I don't actually mean I intend to, just... She kind of displays her hands. It's literally the only thing I have exposure to.
Well, instead of dilly-dallying, we thought we would have this discussion with you, and I can see why. I'm going to put this plainly to you, Charlotte. My aunt, seeing as she is one of the leading patriarchs of this family...
I assume she says sister?
Yes, sorry. Blah.
Okay.
Brain.
Just making sure.
Just say my sister has taken upon herself to begin arranging things for you, seeing as the gossip mill goes, Well, you're a glasswalker, so how could you expect it to be honoring her dear nephew properly?
Yeah, that finally brings about a nose wrinkle. Because let's face it, at the time, she was what, a foster and totally okay with that attitude because whatever, let's appease the lady who's our ally to the north, but things have changed. So having it reframed, there is a very definitive kind of nose wrinkle.
Lily say, and my mother is not someone to be taken lightly, no matter how much you like to imagine that you can say something to her. You can't. So you
There's
have
a
to
glance.
play a game that is similar to hers, no matter how much it frustrates you.
And how does one play that game with wedding planning?
As Torview says it. By conducting the wedding your own way. By inviting her here in the laws of the hospitality that she, of course, will attend, because of course you honor her. She's your future husband's aunt and the alpha of a sept and an honorable guru, but she has to play by your rules. The fact that you can bring myself and Eric onto the table and there are people cannot do a single thing. The fact that you hold the cards in the way you do it. It means everything. The the way you can do it is easy. You be polite, you smile, but you marry and form a strong alliance. You show you bring your cards to the table as much as she'll be bringing hers.
Yep, there's a nod.
Leno would say we have worked extremely hard to make sure that this clan is not solely ruled by my sister. If you want to marry into this clan, which you will be, this is the time where you need to buck up and play ball with the rest of us. So in time we can make sure that this clan and this family and our children's children survive whatever is coming. Now, normally we would have Eric here, but I thought seeing as this is something that is a bit more evocative of the different genders, I thought us women would talk.
Much appreciated.
Considering we're doing this without Felix, yes, it is very. And seeing as you're the guru, you're the first person we talk to.
Yeah, she's nodding along. For what it's worth, at least she's kind of geared in and is attentive, is listening, is taking it seriously.
Play the play the politics. You already had several plans. Begin putting them into fruition. But be very careful not to disrespect her openly.
It's not.
We also have an announcement we would like to make at the wedding.
There's kind of a brow quirk.
Torvi'll smile. Torvi Trimpenson Sigurdsson.
She can't help the little bit of a grin. Just that quirk of a smile. It's completely involuntary.
Yes. Considering the information I have now gleaned, Charlotte, I would like a word in private.
Absolutely.
Lilia stand up like boom, you know what I mean? Like a fuck again, like the draconic figure that she is, and starts walking to one of the private rooms.
Oh boy. Yeah, no, Charlotte will
For what it's worth,
promptly.
Lena does kind of nod at it, like, yes, good, you need to have that word. You know what I mean? It's again, this isn't, you can tell this isn't without the blessing, essentially.
Yeah, she will just go ahead and pop herself right up, slide the seat in behind her, and follow.
Lilia walk upstairs to one of the. You can tell she walks up, and she also knows the house like this back of her hand. And she walks into what would have been Juno's old room.
No goodness.
And you close the door once you walk in.
Yeah, she'll slide in, slide out of the way, let her close the door, and just look attentively to her.
I used to sleep in this room with Juno when we were young.
Oh.
I would sleep at the bottom of the bed, and she would sleep there, pointing at the top.
Yeah, she actually, mentions that, and Charlotte does turn a glance around looking at the bed and all that. Just, oh.
It was a simpler time back then.
But it was.
Well, Lily's staring at it. She has her back towards you. You see the glimpse of the tattoo essentially going like starting at the base of her neck.
Things only seem to get more complicated as we get older, don't they?
Things for a while made sense. I suppose when you blindly follow things, they make a lot more sense.
I can vouch for that.
So what my aunt said true, Charlotte.
The flick of a glance?
About what they'd done to the Sigurdsson.
Yes. Word for word.
Did you use Truth of Gaia?
I'm trying to remember. I think she did.
You did. You did,
Yeah.
yeah, you did.
Yeah, she nods. Word for word.
And I'll give it to you. I'm not going to roll, but you can tell, essentially, let's just say figuratively, a roll is happening. You know what I mean? Like a
Yeah,
perception entity. You know what I mean?
she's studying at the very least.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no. Charlotte is being very open and very earnest. Are you subdued?
You see kind of a twitch in Lily's face. You can peony it if you want.
I do. I want. I can remember this pool. At least 4.
Where'd you roll it?
Oh, in general, for some reason.
Oh, that job. But rolling werewolf from now on.
Yeah, sorry about that. I did not realize I was in the wrong thingy tab.
For all the fanaticism, for all the commitment, you do see Lily believes the Fenrir is, you know what I mean? She still believes that core ideology. But it's there. That disgust, that shock, oh, as if she's been right in the gut. You know what I mean?
How long ago did she tell you?
Before you arrived.
There's just a very small, kind of, I don't want to say sympathetic, just understanding little nod.
I know I'm a theurge, and I speak to the spirits, and perhaps maybe I should. That is my mother.
Would you have?
That was my mother.
Nods.
She's only guided me into becoming who I am. Giving me strength and giving me purpose and giving me direction.
Who you are is still strong and capable and valid. It's just a matter of making sure the things you do with that are for your reasons.
You used Truth the guy von Torvik, did you?
She, did I? Fuck. I don't think I did.
No.
It's a faint head shake. No. No, but her expressions were very clear, and the way that she got caught up in it was not something that I could believe was falsified. I've gotten pretty good at reading people. Just kind of that shrug that says, as a matter of course.
I was involved in a lot of things. I've done a lot of things. For the good of my people, my pack. I have never once regretted it. Until the day that I received a letter from my mother. And they had heard that I had vacated the alpha position. I had to prove myself. She would never ask this of her child, but the things that she was involved in demanded it.
It's a bit of a, like, that concerned little tweak in the brows.
If I was truly a daughter of a dread wolf, I would come to Wolsmaw. With my pack, bar the weak link. They would replace it with a stronger one. That weak link was Maria. She's none of the blood.
Yeah. I suppose she would see it that way. I know you don't.
As much as I am not a sentimental thing, and I will not cry in front of you like some sort of naive girl. That is my packmate.
It's just a nod of understanding.
I have sacrificed so much to keep her safe and sacrificed so much for Leaf, and after I lost one of my own in the original battle for Wolsmaw, I have carried that guilt with me ever since.
An even more, like, subdued little nod. She's not gonna overshadow that.
So I suffice to say, I am much akin to Lena now and an outcast among certain sect of my people.
Then I suppose you wrote her back.
I sent her a response.
It was just a nod, because if she wanted to tell her the details, she would have.
There's something only my mother will understand.
I imagine she's the only one that needs to.
When Lily turns again, you do notice the carving in, the top of the tattoo with that wolf howling, essentially. That's been carved. That's been cut into, like the flesh is part of the flesh is being removed with silver.
Oof. Where's that one?
The top part of the neck.
Ooh.
You
Yep.
can tell it's just been scraped. You know what I mean? Not deep. It's just a scrape of the skin. You know what I mean?
Just to take off that first couple layers.
Yep.
Yeah, it sends a pretty solid message. So yeah, there's that moment where she catches it, and I will even do a roll to be like, oh, that doesn't look terrifying.
It's hardcore. When you think about it, that's fucking hardcore. You know what I mean?
I mean, shaving off a portion of your skin with silver, yeah, that's pretty fucking hardcore. What I do, like minute sub or
Whatever. Willpower is.
check?
Yeah.
There is my willpower right now. It's not its best, but that is okay. Yeah, she does a decent job of like just she spots it and there's another mild nod and she just
Oh, Lily sees right through that.
yep. She'll see the eyes flick to it and maybe linger there for half a second, just like, oh. And she doesn't like it's not a really big expression. It's subtle, but it's there. As she just does not comment because again, she figures if Lily wanted attention drawn to it, Lily would have drawn attention to it.
I am not afraid of those among my mother's ilk that dwell on this sept. I welcome them to try. I am not afraid of that. But I, as much as the idea of the older ways, of course, is what I believe and will always believe. You're not red talons. And I will not see my people become red talons. I mean, I'll put it like this. Charlotte's always... It's weird, man. That's hatred right there. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
It's like you're literally watching like a dragon wake up. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, do you know what I mean?
Oh, that's happening. Hmm. Well, again, I mean, she saw some fucking talons herself, and she can only imagine. I mean, she saw Lily's fucking bite marks when she got back. She got it worse than Charlotte did. So yeah, it's just that nod of no, you're not.
I will not see my people become that. My mother's ideal is good to build strength among my people, but there is a difference between strength and that. As long as the people of Wolfsmaw, the ones who deserve to be there, are not harmed after this battle is over, I will lend my aid. But the men who have fought and bled, not out of the corruption of power, but out of duty and of honor, as long as they are spared and treated with respect, that is my sole condition.
Of course.
There are many good people up there who have fought for many years, long before you and I became Adrians or even Cleats, or even Guru itself.
And very good people can be caught up in a very cloying idea, especially if it's presented in a way that appeals. People who
I will not
past it.
I will not apologize. I will not apologize to you for the things I have said. That would demean both yourself and I.
I'd never ask you to.
But I will not abide this. And I will not let Artemi, as much as I have great respect for her and her strength, decide the fate of my people.
I dare say if there was anyone I would turn to, it would be you. It would be even Lena. Those who have understood.
Ulma needs a king, not a tyrant.
What?
And I know just the guru to take it.
There's a bit of a puzzled squint at that.
My brother.
Do the eyebrows just slowly go up that little fraction? Not a dramatic, like, what? Just like, oh.
He is approaching his Adrian challenge. In fact, he is coming here to take his Adrian. I believe he is about to receive it. The honor, at least.
Oh.
The challenge is already complete.
That wetsuit.
While he is young, yes. Signaled as the perfect advisor to guide him.
Absolutely.
I will remain here. I have no interest in going to the north ever again.
And there's like kind of a pause and a thoughtful kind of glance, not at the door, just kind of roughly in the direction of the kitchen. Did Lena tell you about Torby?
Yes. Why do you think I'm suggesting him? He is also the aide of Runeford down south. With the right influence between yourself, myself, my aunt, you would be most influential in creating one of the most unified alliances our people has ever seen. Putting to bed a family dispute which has lasted generations. Or at least one of the most founding steps of that family feud dying.
I'd consider myself honestly honored if you'd let me have a part in it
So
and
long
help
as
you in doing it.
so long as my people are built up and not smeared. That is the only condition I have. Should we agree?
I don't judge a tribe for the actions of one guru. I wouldn't do that.
I will hold you to that when the day comes.
You may.
The cult is many things. They have more members in here than you realize.
Believe you.
They have their eyes on you.
Do you think anyone will try anything?
Not yet. It is not time. They don't need to yet. They have the strength. But we must also now show them we have far worse.
And she's nodding, and she's finally starting to do that. I mean, I know that Lily and that pack by now can identify when Charlotte's starting to do like essentially speed math in her head. As far as, she starts calculating, she starts trying to figure out how much can we bring to bear, how much of a display can we make with the wedding, how much is too much.
Things are now shaping to the point where the battle will come, but the aftermath is what will be most important. We will have to win.
I have to.
Sigurd Closen dies first.
She glances over. God
He
damn it,
dies
Walter.
first.
She nods.
And Jurgen. Oh, again, you know the Trimbenson stare that you've seen it filled with hate. Yeah. Oh Jesus, Katie.
Pardon as I go
Fist of
looking.
Ymir.
Oh, that one. Ooh. You there too?
He will die on my hand.
She just nods.
For the comments and the intention he has for Maria. I will take far worse than his life.
You certainly have the higher claim to it. It's yours.
The cold nod, as if, oh Jesus, do you know what I mean? Oh,
Dude, if there's one thing Charlotte will never do, it is step between Lily and something she is about to murder. Not without a damn good reason.
yeah. It's like, ooh, you
And it's
probably
like,
even
ooh, with cause like that, I don't even want to. So you know what? That's
don't
all you, buddy.
just in the back of shorts said, ooh, do you know what I mean?
Ooh,
Do you wish to
yeah.
know? I can tell you the members of this cult if you wish. That one's on Sept at least.
It would be a good thing to be in the know about.
Wildfire. Siggy. Sigurd Closen, Sven, Jürgen, Hildi. Doonclaw, yes, but Doonclaw is more. You've met Doonclaw.
She nods. It's that very understanding. Like you don't need to explain Doomclaw.
He joined because his sister joined.
Just kind of assumes that the whole sept up there was.
No. Signal does not. Wolfgang, I imagine, is now. And I imagine Sigurd's daughter Anna. I imagine that too. But Doonclaw is more of a younger breed. Anna as well. If you kill the snake, the heads at least, they are not unreasonable that they will treat.
Nothing else, I imagine, when you cut off the head, it proves the superior strength of the opposition.
It appeared the superior strength of the true breeding of all. Great Father Wolf, yes.
Not.
They will stop. And then all you have to do is place the right pieces in the right place.
Torby be all right up there. So everything's changed hands.
There's many business that needs to be sorted out in the north. I believe she is gifted by Gaia and sees things most like we can do. But we shall see. I will make the judgment on that.
Just a nod. And honestly, it's kind of a relieved nod because let's face it, Lily is far more qualified to figure out what is making that a trial for her up north as opposed to anywhere else. So,
Time will be coming to choose. And when that time comes, no man or guru or woman can claim ignorance once the battle is done.
understood.
Alice was a member.
It's just kind of a wry little look. But a nod, because let's face it, Alice was odd in ways that Charlotte couldn't necessarily put her finger on.
I could tell you what the end goal of Maria was with Alice. I knew it. My mother had told me what we were preparing her for.
What's that?
The best way to eliminate a threat. Lift Charlotte's face very slowly so she can lock eyes with those Truman's eyes.
Yep.
Is to stem it out before it even gains fruition. In the end, had Alice lived, she would be alpha of the pack, and you would be a forgotten memory. Noble death by the worm, so they say.
Yeah. Yeah. Trying to decide if that's a rage thing or just. Yeah, it's rage, just not even necessarily because it's anger. Does mean I have to roll.
Yes.
Probably fine. Let me check the phase. Where is today? No, I'm good. No, it's just there's a very visceral reaction. It's not just anger, though. It is still finding out that there was assassin sent even in the court of Wisconsin was a shock to Charlotte. The idea that someone was planning it that far in advance, back when she was fostered, it's a shock. And it's not, there's anger, there's a lot of things. Not necessarily very well defined, really. Not that she necessarily even thinks Alice would have done it, considering how she died. Just, you tried to turn my person against me. She was mine. And you were going to try to. Ooh, yeah.
As
That
much as you,
comprehension dawns
as much
harshly.
as you like to think that Alice was yours, Charlotte, she joined us long before she did you. You bore the banner. You walked the path. And chose to rule the North by blood, iron, or bone.
Yeah, there's like the slow second of breath. I like to think that in the end she made her loyalties fairly clear.
Yes, and she is suffering for it.
What do you mean?
The Dread Wolf does not like his plans being interrupted. She is now with him. It's part of him. Not eaten by him, but part of him now. She died wielding the banner.
Is she?
Yes.
That's a dangerously stubborn and
She'll pull
a lot
Charlotte
of
in.
conviction like riles up in that expression and in those eyes.
And the only way to do that is to prove that the Great Father Wolf is a far more appealing figure than mere dread. Chasing down a whole spirit like that will only bring you doom. It is real. And it is terrifying. She chose her path and now she gets to wallow in it. Gets to give the one thing she wanted to give, and whether you think it or not, she chose the death for glory. Yes, she saved your life, and some part of her believed it. The other part of her felt the howl. Did what she needed to do. She was no longer your Alice. She never was by the time she walked the path. When she skinned Talon alive.
Charlotte's going through some feels.
Neither was Juno. She would have eventually joined us too, had she not been so incompetent. But she obeyed my mother's orders and killed that Black Fury. Like it was nothing. The cult has many ways.
It's about where Charlotte finally, like, just because she can't stare Lily in the eyes and process all that at once. She can't, like, hold the stare and really roll that around in her head. So she finally glances aside, just trying, like, that look aside that you do when you're thinking, when you're trying to remember something.
I believe David was one too, an unblooded, as I call them.
I don't know what he was, but I know that he
He
said some
was
things.
their lackey until he opened his big mouth. He would have held you down while Alice had the blade. It was his role. You see, they've been here waiting for most of your life now, Charlotte.
Is ambition that scary? It really does, like, reinitiate the eye contact.
Look what my mother has done with ambition. Hasn't been a queen of the Northlands centuries. Now my people, and the pride does swell, hold territory that we thought long lost again. They finally fear us again. Think about that. When you see another person akin with ambition but against your own who has the same drive, and you, if you were in their position, not be afraid of it. So much so that you would do anything to make sure it did not rise to your level.
Hmm.
While you can sit there and judge and say, oh, it is not about that, it's about fighting the worm. Fighting the worm we do every day. This is to make sure that we have something to come back to after we fight the worm.
No, I know.
Now you know. You must never strike out in public against them. They are too prepared for that.
No. Never anything that direct.
Which is why we will make sure that my brother's claim builds and builds, and you will influence that. And there will be a king of the north. A righteous king. We will guide their hands. You extend hers.
She offers hers in exchange.
There's a slow shake as Lily's vice-like grip grips your vice-like grip.
Yup.
Now let's go back downstairs.
Let's.
You trot back downstairs to family time.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Torvy's chatting away to Samantha about things. Samantha's looking comically endeared.
It's one of those things where, like, if she was a 2-year-old, you might be annoyed because it would be a series of whys, but oh my god, Torby's so fucking endearing.
You see Lennon looking over at you with the kind of tilt of the head. It's almost like she's examining.
There's a minuscule little nod as she comes over to take her seat again.
Now, what have you thought, Charlotte?
What have I thought?
Indeed.
I think that perhaps I have been worrying too much about details that you would know better than I do, and should focus more where my strengths lie.
Then we shall celebrate the union of two, a continuation of the bloodline, and the restoration of a bloodline long lost. She'll lean over. I know you have desires to go north, Charlotte.
I do.
Bring back the crown, the Sigurdsons. They must have one.
That's where I think it is.
Should be.
Do not. I will make it sure it comes back with me.
After all, a king will need it eventually.
That smile.
Mischievous. Oh God, Lena. You're like, oh.
Oh, Lena. Oh, you.
You can tell she's been waiting for this for a long time. As I will even put the theme on in the background as well, Katie.
Give it to me.
And so, do you want to end the scene there, but?
I think so.
Da-na-na.
Yeah.